full review of Fallout Season 2. This is Episode 8, which is the finale. Welcome to the Wasteland. And then we'll also give you our review for Season 2 as a whole at the end. So stay tuned for that. But
and don't forget the most important thing. We finally get the reveal for this season-wide mystery.
Oh, what's the mystery?
What the countdown was for, Joe.
Oh, right, the countdown.
It is so important.
Was it a new Fallout game?
Maybe
was
a mobile
it a
game?
remaster? Was it a potential angry rant with the mobile game? No. Joe, what was it?
Behind-the-scene footage that everyone's been waiting for costumes and creatures.
So it was a giant fucking waste of time?
Yes, it was, Alex.
It is kind of cool, but I wish they would have done this at the beginning or during the season, because it's like a 3D thing where you go to the website, you explore houses, penthouse, and then you see some behind-the-scenes footage.
It was... You don't. You're not. No, don't do that.
No.
Don't do a countdown for something like that.
Yeah.
Just for behind the scenes shows. Like, look, it's a good show, but like, don't.
Okay, so after that small, slight disappointment there, what did you guys think? Let's start with you guys. What did you think of Fallout, Episode 8?
I thought it was a pretty good episode, but honestly, I am disappointed on this cliffhanger. It didn't hit as hard as I wanted it to. There's some things, they have to string you along for Season 3. Some interesting concepts that we're going to see on the third season, but for me, it was just like it didn't hit as hard as I wanted it to. I'm still a little bit disappointed with it.
Disappointment from Joe. Are you disappointed, Alex?
I liked it. I mean, it depends on what his score ends up being to see like how different we are. I think it should have been 2 episodes. I think each one of these storylines kind of resolved kind of quick.
Yeah.
It's a shorter episode here. I'm looking at 42 minutes.
Yeah, this needed to be minimum an hour, I think, to resolve these in a way that I would have been like fully satisfied and really excited about it. I don't know if it was a writing drop the ball, directing drop the ball, but I understand what he's saying, where it's like I was hoping for something real big at the end. I was hoping for better action sequences, better portrayals of certain, the death claws are kind of disappointing. And so, I don't know. I liked it. I just didn't love it. And I wanted to love it because I think so much of this season has been great, has been an improvement on Season 1, and I didn't feel the finale lived up to how much better I felt that Season 2 had been.
Yeah, it seems as if we are in agreement because while I also liked it and I liked the season overall, I don't think that the finale hit as hard as I was hoping. It seemed rushed. And I hate how whenever I go into the last episode of a Fallout, it just go, resolve this, leave this question completely open, leave this question completely open. Now, the good news is we are already approved for a Season 3, and production, in fact, begins in Season 3 in like a few months. So hopefully we won't have long to wait. Maybe this was always the plan, to have more of a transitional season and a cliffhanger kind of thing, even though they like to do the cliffhangers in the last season. But, yeah, I felt like there needed to be a little more, we ended the episode a little early. There's a tease at the end after the credits that they tease Liberty Prime. So the Brotherhoods are talking. They're in the middle of their civil war, and Maximus's friend brings the plans, and there's Liberty Prime. So that's gonna take a big budget if you wanna. Your CGI budget gonna get blown on just on that. But I guess if they don't have to do death claws like they did here, maybe they'll put that CGI budget into Liberty Prime. But as a video game lover in the franchise, I really enjoyed the season, and I enjoyed the teases in this episode as well. It was great to see the NCR come back. It's setting up quite possibly the biggest war ever in the Fallout universe between the Legion and the NCR, just like the Fallout New Vegas video game. Very cool. In fact, they had a shot-for-shot NCR Ranger shooting that gun and destroying a
Yeah,
death claw.
it really made me want to play a remastered version of it.
Yeah, that would have been perfect to coincide with the
Stay-
countdown of a
Fucking
remaster.
stupid.
Yeah,
drink
we
the
need that remaster. That would just make our day, make our whole fucking.
I was honestly
month.
waiting, and I told this to Alex yesterday while we were streaming. It's like I'm gonna wait. I'm hoping it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it as soon
Yeah.
as they do it.
Hey, there's the company that did the remaster for Oblivion's been tweeting about Fallout.
Yeah.
And so there
It's
are
very good chance,
it's-
but maybe they just didn't want to.
it's not ready. Maybe it's not ready yet. So
Yeah. So now, I was pretty high on the season. I was enjoying the season more than season one. I have to kind of rewatch season one over again to see, how tight the story is, how many subplots I didn't like. But overall, I think this one, because it was closer to New Vegas and the games that I play, I thought I liked it a lot. However, this is why our ratings are meaningless episode to episode. People, you have to wait until the final episode, see how it ends, and then you can grade the thing overall. As we still get blowback for, rating She-Hulk's first episode like a 7 or something. But by the end, they were 3s.
Trash.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's like,
But, people.
you liked it. It's like,
That's something different. People want to have
episode.
a narrative. But so do I think that it took it down a little bit? I do think it kind of takes it down a tiny bit. Whereas either it's on the same level of season one, when I was hoping it would be really, really high and up top. And I think that's because a lot of the subplots that we were worried about kind of went nowhere. The Fallout, the fucking incest club, and the goddamn water thing.
I was happy.
Nowhere.
I was happy.
Not even in the
I
episode.
was happy. I was like, just do away. with
Right.
it. Nobody cares
They
about
did
it.
away with it. And then the vaulters who exited the vault. Everybody's dead and slaughtered now. And it's one of
Except
those
for him and
things
his
where
girlfriend.
it's just so happened that the girl gets knocked back and hits a button on the elevator, and that releases the like. Why are we doing these tropey bullshit? This convenient stuff. It's like it would have been much better as he was trying to escape from them. He remembers that
kicks it
there's
or
a farm,
something.
kicks it and unleashes it. There's just a different way to do this where it's not just. It just so happens to. Oh, it isn't that. And that's so fucking annoying to me. And then, so everybody gets trapped in a room with these goddamn rad cockroaches, and everybody's getting slaughtered and ripped apart. It's a frenzy in there. He tries to join the room before the cockroaches get in there and manages to get kicked out by whatever the dude's name was. I forgot. And but his girlfriend went in there, love interest. Everybody gets slaughtered. Then he goes in the room, and she's alive. It's like, come on.
Yeah, like, what happened to all the roaches?
Exactly. I guess
they're not all
they,
dead.
I guess they crawled out of little vents and shit. The ones that survived. There's a few of them dead on the ground. But the fact that Kelly or whatever her name is still alive, it's like this is the kind of stuff that takes me out of it. Makes me face palm.
Joe.
No, you need to
Wounded.
show it. You need to show her bleeding. You need to show a big wound. Nah, she's clean. She's got everybody else's blood on her.
Her
A little
Pip-Boy
bit of
is-
blood. I don't give a fuck, Alex.
Dude, her Pip-Boy's up, and it's not
like
injured.
Oh, right.
Maybe
So
it's
it
aggressive.
I thought you were going to say that.
No, because it shows it, and like normally, like the bars are
Right,
lower
you
and
would
there's
see
damage.
right here. Check it out. Look, I got there. Look, even I'm more hurt than she was.
Yeah.
I got 27 on my left arm, 0, 0, 0, 29 on my legs. You can't see it probably because it's on the green
Maybe,
screen.
I don't know. It's just his plot armor rubbed off on her. And so, once again, we have another full season where they're doing nothing with Norm. And so, it was an entire giant waste of time.
Oh, so Alex was right on that. Now, and then even the one that I was interested in, Steph, what's in the box? What's in the box?
Find out next episode.
Turns out to be it turns out to be an Enclave thing. By the way, I put
It's a
green
black
tack,
one.
blue
It's
tack
all black.
in there, so it doesn't swing out. This piece of shit, expensive piece of shit. But it turns out that it's a black Pip-Boy, and it's an Enclave Pip-Boy, and she
What's
goes.
it do?
Commence.
She contacts the dude. What?
Well, but what's it do?
It commences phase 2.
Of what?
Execute Order 66.
Find out next season.
Yeah.
What's
Alex.
phase 2, Joe? Meet me in the cafeteria for tots. I don't fucking know. Nobody knows. And
tots.
it has to do probably with FEV, right? And that's
Yeah.
what I was interested
That's what
in.
I was thinking too.
I wanted something more impactful. I want this shit to hit harder. I want to go, oh, right? Instead, she sends a message, and then we get an exterior shot of we're in the Cheyenne Mountains, which, by the way, is in Colorado, which is going to tie to what we see earlier. And they have apparently been monitoring Hank's communications, and they receive hers, and they execute, even though they don't know she's just the wife of, hey, I'm the wife of Hank. And she's suddenly, okay, well, let's fucking do it. She said, let's do it. Let's do it.
She has the key,
whatever.
so whoever
Secret
has the key,
radio.
it's fine.
Right, the keepsake, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. It executes phase 2. I was hoping for fucking green gas. Everybody's slamming on the door.
For the vault next door.
Yeah, they even start to say, killed management, and she's like, she's fucked. There's no way to get out of this. And it would have been great to see,
Just fucking
something
get out of
happen
it.
right then where they start mutating into super mutants and get injected with FEV or something. That would have been a satisfying resolution to me. It would have been, all this stuff would have been worth it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm punting this into season 3, and we'll deal with it later. So that was disappointing to me.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we get all the other Vault 32 stuff is going to be in season 3.
Yep. And
But I was like, just get rid of this. Like, get rid of it now. That way it doesn't spill over. I don't want to hear about any of this shit, but
hopefully they wrap it up within the first 2 episodes of season 3, so we don't have to deal with that shit, because we got much more important and interesting things. In this season, they set up super mutants, and then they disappear. So that's left unresolved. Hopefully, season 3, he wants to destroy the Enclave. That would fit perfectly in there. We get essentially the most satisfying one of these is Maximus, and that's not really who I was hoping for. So Maximus gets a satisfying one. We see an extended battle with more Deathclaws. In fact, he has to fight like 5 Deathclaws in a row.
super quick.
Does great job at it. It is quick. I wish the battles were a little better. I get that the armor's clunky and maybe the cinematographer and action choreographer are not quite at the level that's needed, but it's good enough, but it's not like jump out of your seat badassery, right?
Yeah, because I would have taken less Deathclaws. Like, as just give me like one big one, have a big ass fight instead of having all those. It's like shoot it with the rockets, kind of wound it. Go back and forth.
back and forth like a heavyweight
Yeah, that would have
fight.
been way better as opposed to having all these like, oh, dead. I was
Instantly
like,
dead,
It just
yeah.
doesn't. It's
So
not as threatening when you have all those.
Even this, it to me was impacted or lessened by the fucking town. The town was annoying to me. They were doing stupid shit. Instead of grabbing their guns and helping them, because they know that the Deathclaws are now in the town. They can't just inhabit the town with Deathclaws running around, because he bursts through the gate. The gate is torn down. Instead of grabbing guns, they fucking start taking bets. And then we have a fucking cartoon moment. It's like, what is the purpose of this? Where he's like, 500. Thaddeus is 500 on Max winning. And it's like, you don't have 500. And he goes, yeah, yes, I do. And then, and he's been carrying around 15 pounds of fucking caps this whole time.
I would
And it's
do
a
that too.
cartoon. I'm
I would
like,
do that
Jesus
too.
Christ, what is the point? And then she goes, realize we're all dead if he doesn't win, right? And they're like, yeah. Later on, the guy pumps his shotgun. It's like, let's take our town back. That could have been awesome to see some of the townsfolk shooting the various weapons within the world. I just want to see, more usage of weapons and lore and things like that. But the town lady, the one who said, we're dead, right, if he doesn't win, is also the lady who says, nah, I'm okay. So what? Just fuck. It's for the joke. It's for the subversion, and it doesn't work here as the way I think they think it does. So the town says no, but thankfully Thaddeus helps, gets on the roof and uses his foot as the stabilization and fires a sniper rifle. Unfortunately, he's got to reload, and they can't handle 3 more Deathclaws. So here comes the NCR, a whole battalion of NCR. That was cool. We get the cool video game moment with the 50 cal, and I like that, and the Ranger.
Did you think it was sudden that all of these dudes just randomly showed up and was
Again,
like, yeah?
That's what I'm saying. You know, the just so happened to at that moment, and that happens like 4 times in the scene.
Yeah.
It's like he's punching. Oh, he's starting to lose. It just so happens that his weapons suddenly activate. Weapons activated, and he's like, hot dog. I'm like, wait, the weapons weren't already activated and you weren't using them from the beginning? No, they just so happened to activate. Then later on, he just so happens, right before he dies, Thaddeus just so happens to snipe the guy before he dies.
And
Then it
Cooper.
just so happens that the NCR shows up with the 50 cal right then.
And then you can't forget the Cooper. Just
What
so
Cooper?
happens he shows up in the nick of time to
Save Lucy.
Save Lucy.
Just so happens.
The right time, right before he's gonna put the thing.
Do you understand what I'm saying? When that happens too, I don't mind it.
A couple times.
But
Sprinkle.
when you do it too much, it starts to punch me out of the realism. It turns into a Saturday morning cartoon. I get that you're doing it for the audience to go raw, but none of them are effective if you're overusing them.
Yeah.
And that's what I found disappointing. So that's the Maximus storyline. And then even the Lucy bit, I like the Lucy bit because it makes sense. You know, her father has been letting her roam around all the place. She's betrayed her father. She wants to arrest her father. He's got to find a way to still have his daughter the way he wants. And it makes total sense that he's going to, and they're looking at each other like, how could you, father? Like, I'm going to implant this in you, and you're going to be my daughter the way you used to be, kind of thing. And so that's horrifying. That's fallout, and I get that. And he even explains, you know, the big reveal with the head. He needed the head. She's not a part of the Enclave. She's just a good person, a good candidate in order to make these people more malleable. And he upgrades the bot system with humanity, basically. And so that's – but apparently she smashes the machine. The fucking head is creepy by. Kill me.
Yeah.
Kill me. I'm like, oh, crazy. And she's like, why does her mom ask me to kill her? So she doesn't. But then I'm thinking, well, okay. And then it just so happens the cowboy shows up just in time, throws a knife at the back of the dude's head, and allows her to make her own choice. And the show found a way to fucking sidestep it. Because it's either she's going to kill him or she's not going to kill him.
Yeah.
They find a way to sidestep it. And at least it's within lore. So I like that a little bit better. But she looks at the control unit, and she uses the control unit on her father.
So once she destroys the head, they're no longer in control?
Exactly.
They're no longer able to program people.
So I don't understand.
People,
She went in there to destroy the control unit, so then that should not work anymore. There is a new master control. Is it picking up a new master control somewhere else? Or I think more likely, where Alex may be alluding to, is that they turn into more
robots.
Automaton robots without the human component of nicety and all that. Even though it immediately contradicts that, because then he's like, "Oh, you got a little something," and he's nice. So again,
I don't know what they were going
immediately
with that.
ruined by the explanation when you think about it. I hate it when I think about something and it doesn't make sense, and the show didn't do enough to make it, work. And that doesn't happen in other, shows.
It's also tough when she's talking to her dad, and he's like, "Oh, you just don't see it," and she doesn't once bring up, "You nuked an entire city, including my mother, your wife,
She never
and turned
says
her
that.
into a ghoul." She's got a lot of motivation. And he it's fine that he doesn't believe it, but you
Right.
think that the thing the most on her mind would be, "You nuked my mom, asshole," and you killed hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of people,
Right.
And it's just never brought up, and it's like that's the motivation.
But ultimately, I like this part, and she's like, "Who are you working for? Tell me about the Enclave." And he really doesn't tell. He lets slip that, "Oh, I've already sent out the technology." So that sets up in season 3. There's a new element: do not trust anyone, because anybody could have the chip that flip the switch at any moment, and then they
Let me see your
turn
scar.
Right. Let me see if you got any scars. So they better
Well,
check
if they
for
put it
scars.
in different places.
Right.
He said it has to go to
That'll
back
be
of
the
neck.
twist.
But the Enclave can.
Alex already hit the twist. I
Put
bet
a
you that's
butt-
it. They're gonna be like,
in the
"Wait, we
butt-
see your scar." Oh, there's no scar there, and then later on,
Scar somewhere else.
Somewhere else. in a booty hole or something.
He
I don't
said,
know.
But
In the butt. But anyways, so this was
Always,
okay,
always.
and then okay, cool, fine resolution,
Yeah.
sets up the next season, and it preserves a great actor. You know, when you have an asset
I was like, that's fine. I'll allow it because I like him.
yeah, I like him too. Kyle
McLaughlin.
and it preserves him so that Stephanie, and even makes mention of Stephanie. He's like, Stephanie, whoo boy. She can come to his rescue. They can play off each other because it's revealed that she's his wife. This woman is so manipulative and so strong-headed that she's convinced that she fucking marries him in a single night, or she manipulates him to proposing to her, and that's her ticket into the company.
Must've been pretty
Her
good.
ticket into the vault must have been pretty good.
Or he wakes up and doesn't remember, and she's like,
Right.
"You proposed." So
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go with Joe's explanation.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I would.
It's
nah,
hotter.
I'm good.
All right, well, and then that's it, and then basically the cowboy. How did y'all feel about the Cowboys' resolution here?
Again, rushed, a little disappointed. Maybe it would have been a little bit better if we spent some more time with him and he found Barbara. Be like, hey, but our daughter's not here. Maybe we should go get her daughter. Give him one win.
Yeah.
That would have been a little bit better.
Yeah,
perhaps.
I mean, they try to give him the whole thing, like now that he's got a location type thing, and so
Yeah.
like that is a little bit of a hope. But I mean, I do agree that we just should have spent more time here. I also didn't like him dropping like a get into any vault free. You know, he has a Pit Boy and he leaves it on the floor, and I guess
Oh, right, yeah.
and it's just like,
He
yeah,
didn't want to fucking listen to House the
well,
whole
you
fucking
turn the
time,
volume
right?
fucking off and
Exactly.
put it in your sack, and so you have this key that can get you into all sorts of places.
Yeah.
But that one was quick. Lucy's was fine. The ghouls was fine. Maximus's I didn't love, and then anything like Norm and the Overseer. It's
The
like
vault stuff.
Yeah,
it's like-
I could care less for that.
So it's like then I'm neutral on one. I like two. I dislike two. So it's like
We were already anticipating a princess in another castle situation, so it didn't really bother me all that much. I do like how she left the postcard, so it's satisfying enough. But we're kicking it again to season 3, and it's like, well, haven't we already had 2 seasons of him searching for his family? We're going to have a 3rd season of him searching for his
it preserves
family.
a great actor though. If we're going by the same thing, because it's like
No, so he needs to be, he's like carrying the show. He needs to be in the show no matter what.
yeah.
But then you got
I
a lot
won't-
more to pile on. It's just like you are bringing unresolved stuff and then tacking
What
on
I'm-
more.
Yeah. What I'm hoping is it won't be him searching for his family all the way into the end of season 3. It'll be in the mid-season, and they'll do a Fallout twist, a Falloutian twist. I would like it if the daughter is somehow in the Enclave, and she believes in what the Enclave is doing after seeing the horrors of the wasteland or something, and it turns out that he has
Or-
to go against his daughter.
Or
Don't do it, Joe. Is this
The-
something stupider?
no,
No.
the daughter
Yeah?
is the leader in Vault 32. The old lady with the
No, we know who she
Joe,
is.
what the fuck?
We know who Betty is.
Twist!
Betty is already. God damn it! You're
Yeah.
not paying attention.
I do think
Joe.
that it's very Fallout for her to be like 95 years old, and it's like, yeah, mom defrosted us
Like,
a couple generations.
It's not my real name. My real name is.
I don't think
Right,
they find
they-
it end of season 4.
She doesn't need to be a little girl, because Alex just pointed out that they could defrost them. They could, live a little bit, go back in, frost again, et cetera, et cetera. So they could do anything they want with the daughter and the mother. And I think that would be narratively and interpersonal relations between the characters the most interesting choice.
I think they literally have to. You
They
cannot-
have to.
You can't, because the little girl actress is going to be 5 years older in season 4 when I think this happens.
Oh, yeah, it's a good point.
So it's like-
so that has to happen.
Yeah, I think that they've got
They'll
went out
just-
of all the
they'll just find
moved on, but-
somebody older who's a good actress and just go with that.
or just keep the same one, and just because it's naturally going to take take a bit of time to get there.
Yeah, depending on how old they want to
Longer,
make her.
yeah.
Okay. I think we've covered pretty much everything. Oh, God damn it! Again, when I like to think about the lore and the world,
Oh, you're not
and I
supposed to do
want it
that.
to make sense.
You get in
So
trouble
at the
when you do
beginning, Macaulay Culkin goes in there and he's dragging the body, and he looks at the note. I thought this was an awesome moment. Makes total sense. I am Caesar. It ends with me. My empire is mine. And he's like, oh, fuck, and he crumbles. That's poetic. That's awesome. And I think he even eats the fucking
He eats it,
paper
yeah.
so that nobody finds it. And he says, you know, the Kaiser's dead, long live the Kaiser, and kills the guy that's next to him that saw him, you know, do with the note. Now, he takes the fucking laurel, he puts the fucking crown on, and he goes outside, and I don't, if they would have set it up a little bit more, I don't believe that everybody's like, oh, he's the guy, oh, he's got the. They are stupid, right? But there's been a whole war, and if my understanding is correct, Macaulay Culkin was just an advisor to one of the supposed Kaisers. There's one on that side, one on this side, and they were fighting. And so in this war that the cowboy kicked off and left, there's casualties, there's fanatics on one side and fanatics on another. But when he comes out of the tent, everybody is a unified force already. And I noticed one guy was like, yeah, you know, and I was like, man, they could have set up like one guy like being fiercely loyal to him, and then he just convinces everybody else. It could have been executed a little better, but we have 42 minutes.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. And if we did someone like Alex says, like a two-parter, you could go into him kind of
More in depth.
setting that up and more in depth for me to buy that they just go from who's the fucking leader? You're not the leader. I'm the leader.
Well,
You're the leader. And this guy's the leader.
He said
but
it.
there's no note. Everybody knows that the note was there. And maybe they'll be like, well, we'll deal with it in season 3. People will start asking for the note in season 3.
I mean, there's tropes for these like scenes for a reason, right? Like you have one dissenter go, "Oh, absolutely not," and he pulls out a big fucking gun and shoots him. And he's like, "Does anyone else have a problem?" And then
Yeah,
you
something
unify.
like that.
And it's like it is the easiest thing in the entire world, and it makes things more believable. It's like these
love
little
that.
these things make everything feel more complete and less like an accident. And
Right.
it drives me crazy when
Accident.
everything feels like a coincidence
yeah.
or an accident.
Thank you.
And it's like I want to feel like the showrunners have planned everything, and I know they have because these people really love this universe.
Right.
But it's like this is one of the times where it's like this didn't feel like everything was planned and came together cohesively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
like cobbled together.
it's crazy because we have been knocking it the whole time. But I want to say I like it.
Yes.
And I like very many aspects of it. I also like the house aspect, where House seems a little scared when the Cowboys threatening to destroy the Cold Fusion. They strike a deal. I'll help you get into the vault. And then House at the end, when Lucy and Max come together, after Lucy solves, or after her dad does what he does, Max meets up with her. And we have them coming together. And the Lucy and Max hug. They don't kiss. I mean, they kissed in last season, but this is the least chemistry of any pairing in this show. So I'm glad that we were spared this relationship this entire season. It reminded me just when they were coming back together how I never liked that. And then they hold hands as they see the Legion marching into Vegas. So this is going to set up, there's a small NCR battalion, but they're probably not going to be able to hold off the Legion that much. They're going to have to work with House. And we do see the signal lost on the TV flickers into House.
Why would the signal be lost?
I agree. So here's what the show's implying. The show implies that he bounces between the things. So he was on the thing, and then when it comes back, it's implying that he bounces back to his screen. But I like it if he's a machine that he's in all the fucking things at once.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. But I don't know why they wanted to do the visual tease. Oh, signal lost. Oh, a few frames, he's back. Just, and I guess because if they walked in and he's on screen, they'd have to have a scene with him. They didn't want to do that. They wanted to do this. So, anyways, yeah, exactly. And then finally we get the cowboy to Colorado. He's looking towards Colorado. In fact, in the credits, there was like, take your family to Colorado. And so he's going to go off to Colorado. And that kind of sucks because it's like I want him to be with the group. But at the same time, he's so compelling and interesting. If he had his own adventure in Season 3 in Colorado, I'm there for it because I know it's going to be
So now
entertaining.
you have Lucy and Max.
Well, he also gets Ron Perlman potentially because if he's going up against the Enclave,
Yeah, he might circle back and say, I need help, and go get Ron Perlman.
Or-
Or he goes there, and then he figures things out, and then he's like, now I need the Enclave.
he still could meet them on the way, like because we don't know where Ron Perlman is. He could have like walked him, you know.
But it does seem like they're going to try to separate the characters again, at least the Cowboy separately and 2 storylines. It's not like all 3 are just going to deal with every single problem that's happening.
Yeah.
Lots of Easter eggs potentially. We could have Cheyenne Mountain Bunker. That's from Fallout Tactics. And the Cheyenne Mountain Bunker is Vault Zero, technically, like a kind of a Vault Tech HQ, where an AI made an army of lobotomized lobotomites, essentially. And it's non-canon. Fallout Tactics is non-canon, but it does appear as if maybe they have the chance to start to pull some of that in. You could do the Calculator, who was making a bunch of robot armies, and they spill a bunch of robots out from Cheyenne Mountain Bunker. They could do that if they want. But they're clearly the tease, if you wait till after the credits, Liberty Prime. We're going to get our second Liberty Prime. They're going to build Liberty Prime, and the Quintus faction will use Liberty Prime to, I guess, destroy the other Brotherhood factions, unite the Brotherhood under the leadership of Quintus. Hopefully, Quintus is killed off by Maximus's buddy. I don't fucking know. You know, because it's like, am I compelled enough about Quintus with the Liberty Prime? I don't give a shit. It just throws a wrench into the Enclave versus Wasteland. Where is the Brotherhood going to factor in? We've got an upcoming war between the Legion and the NCR. Where does this plug in?
Yeah, I as a finale, I would have liked for them to close up some of these lines because we're opening up a lot more. Now we have NCR versus Legion we have to tackle. We're going to have Super Mutants we're going to have to tackle. Enclave is now a full-on player. It's like the goal of Season 3, or it looks to be. And then we still have Norm, and we still have The Vault, and we still have, so that we've resolved nothing, and in this season we've also opened up even more. So it's like,
and then Brotherhood Liberty Prime.
yeah, so it's like, what are we going to have, like 5 minutes per each storyline per episode
Stop doing this.
next season?
Stop it.
Yeah, it's like
Let's consolidate. Instead, I think this went, and opened up a bunch of them.
I mean, like, I think
lot.
the perfect word is punted.
Makes you
punt it.
excited. Makes you excited for what's coming, but it
For certain
does
things,
a little worried.
yes, but
If
not
we didn't have 8 fucking episode seasons, we can deal with this. This show deserves 12 episode seasons.
An hour each.
God damn it. And at least the finale being an hour or more. All right. I think that's pretty sufficient. So we like it.
like
We
it?
have a lot of criticisms for it. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to rate it a trash. It just means that I like this so much that I wanted it to hit harder at the end,
Yes, agreed.
resolve more things instead of, Empire Strikes Back, even though that's stronger overall. I'm just saying it punts too many things into the next thing. Says, stay tuned for season 3. And it's like, well, we're not guaranteed to have 7 seasons of this show. If the viewership dropped by a lot because of the format the release format that you changed. Yeah. Remember, season 1 dropped all at once. It was hard on us to do that. So I kind of like the weekly format for my fucking sanity. I only work 12 hours a day more sometimes. So it's like if they drop season 3, I just want the show to do well. So if they have to drop it all at once and we're guaranteed more seasons, fine.
4-4.
But
4-4.
I think they might try to do season 3 still weekly, but sooner.
Change the times.
Change the times, because
Prime
that's what they were
time.
doing here towards the end, looking for prime time. So we'll see what they do. But we are guaranteed a 3rd season, so that might be why they felt so confident to leave so many threads open and punt it into season 3, effectively making season 2 2 seasons. You know what I mean? It's 16 episodes. There's your complete season. I'd prefer that, but we have these 8 episode seasons in modern times. And so we have to just rate. Okay, let's first rate this episode based on just this episode. What would you give it, Joe?
7.
Okay.
I think it's still pretty good, but like we basically said, it felt too rushed. It didn't hit hard. I wanted it to be like, make me excited for next season. It
sure.
really doesn't. Well, it does because there's cool stuff that's going to happen, but
It's
you're
stuff
still
that we-
dragging your fucking bag of shit in the back.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about the fucking Vault 32
or
and
whatever.
Norm stuff. It's like, and it does have me worried now that
What
we
was
have
the fucking point
for the
in
water
Norm?
and everything.
Why did he take them out of the vault? Alex,
They were starving and they couldn't.
They were going somewhere. Where were they going?
Well, they went to Vault Tech.
Okay, that's right. And then they got slaughtered and killed at Vault.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Joe.
Yeah, so that stuff I don't really care about. I am pretty worried about now that we split off Cooper and Lucy because I like their chemistry. That's pretty good.
They had
I'm
great chemistry.
still not completely sold with Max and Lucy, but I guess that's what they're gonna try to do. If
They're gonna try their ass off in season 3,
yeah,
I
so
guess.
we'll see how the writers and the conversations go with them. Maybe it'll improve, but I think it's better than season 1 overall, and I'll give that later.
Yeah, I agree with the 7. I think it's a pretty good episode. There's like five storylines. I think 2 are pretty good. 1 I'm pretty neutral on, and the other 2 I still don't necessarily see the point. I know what the point is eventually going to be, and we're going to find out eventually. Yeah. But we're 2 seasons in, and we're still at the point where it's like, what the fuck is Norm's purpose in this show? Why is the Vault still a major storyline where we spent so much time? So, as far as this episode goes, disappointed in the death clause, but I do like Coop's resolution. I like his flashbacks and some of the explanation. I love Justin Theroux as House. It's just another great addition to it, but this episode also adds a lot of new additions and stuff.
Again, yeah, it sets up House for season 3.
Yeah.
We're now at the level that we were at in the Ames. So now we can go somewhere from here.
Yeah, and so it feels like this was kind of a launching off point, stopgap, but it isn't done in the way where like they reveal something at the end and I go, oh my God, I can't wait till the next episode. Now I'm like, I can't believe we're kicking this can down the road. And like, It also, parts of it make me a little less excited about it because it's like, man, you added so many more characters and things. Like, how are we all going to bring this shit back together? So just on its own, I'm going to give this 1 a 7. Pretty good.
Yes, I also agree with the boys. I like the episode. I just wish it hit harder. All the same things we said all over again. 7 out of 10. Now, what's exciting to me, the end of season 1 was exciting because let's do Vegas. We're going to Vegas. Fuck yeah, the video games. The potential is through the roof. We get the robots and we get the thing and blah. Here, it was like, oh, we're going to have a war. I've seen that war already in the games, but it could be pretty cool. Tease Liberty Prime. Oh, okay, now you're getting me tantalizing if you remembered to watch after the credits. Stuff like that. So I thought it was solid, but there was just so many things that was juggling. It felt rushed. 42 minutes, needed an hour or more on this to wrap up the plot lines. We're definitely opening a lot of new plots and leaving a lot unresolved because they know they're getting a season 3. As long as, the show doesn't get canceled and these things get resolved, then I'm okay with it. So 7 out of 10 on the episode. Now let's go into the series itself. Season 2. Do you like it more than season 1? Do you like it less than season 1? I thought about this a lot. It would take me rewatching season 1 in its entirety to give a final resolute about it. I think they're kind of upon reflection, with the way this one kind of ends a little bit disappointingly, I thought season 2, I would be confident to say, hey, it's way better. But no, it comes a little bit down, and it's almost nearly on the same level. I would still give the edge to season 2. Because this, to me, there's more of an exploration of the video game lore and things like that, and the potential. We get the introduction of the super mutants. We get Enclave that's definitely factored into here in a big way in the future, and we get the Lucy and cowboy stuff was great. The stuff that we didn't like in season 1 was minimized here. Maximus was made more interesting because it really just focused on the action and the Brotherhood fighting and the Civil War and stuff. They incorporated Thaddeus in an interesting way. It appears that Thaddeus is turning into, Harold, or even more interesting, he might be turning, because he's got a mouth on his fucking body, he could be turning into the mastermind, like a new, villain that can control shit. Well, no. But, something unique and interesting they can play around with in season 3. So there's a lot of really interesting and good stuff. So whereas I gave season 1 a 7 out of 10, I'm going to give season 2 an 8 out of 10. That's what I think.
7.5.
No, we don't do halvesies here. Be a man, do the right thing, and you go either up, you round up.
Yeah,
or you round
I'm
down.
going up for a lot of those things you mentioned because my biggest gripe was Maximus. He's just an annoying character, and like we said, he just failed up every time. It's like, how the fuck is this even happening?
Yeah.
That kind of got minimized. A lot of the vault stuff was kept to a minimum, but it's still fucking annoying in season 2. But a lot of this stuff that opens up, I'm very excited to see what they do with it. And I think overall, it got slightly better.
These are consistently on Amazon, #1 in streaming. So I think we'll get to 4 to 5 seasons.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, they're making improvements because I think that, they played Maximus as a zero intelligence character, which was just tedious to watch, and I didn't like him. And so they've fixed that a little bit. The problem is we introduced the Legion. They did nothing with them. They introduced the NCR. They didn't do anything with them. They introduced Death Claws. They died immediately, and just normal, it looks like weapons just take them out, no problem. I mean, there was like a dozen Death Claws, and they're all just dead. So
can't deny that they seem to be on a weaker level than the video game.
So it's
like
like
1 or 2.
Yeah, so it's like we set up a bunch of stuff, and I didn't feel like we did a whole lot with it. I do love House. I do love Coop, and now it looks like we've separated Lucy. So in this season, I like that Coop and Lucy were together for the most part. That really worked. I do think it's better than 1. I think I gave season 1 a 7 as well. I think season 1 still is pretty good. It just has some problems. But I think season 2 is a little better, but it does have problems.
Yeah.
Because there's still the majority of storylines work for me, but there are still storylines that I dread when we switch over to them.
Yeah.
Norm comes on the screen and go, what the fuck is this guy's point? He's got insane plot armor. His girlfriend now has insane plot armor, and he's not doing anything yet. And I do not want to have to wait 3 fucking seasons for Norm to be important.
Yeah.
And you had to make me watch for the whole time. So I think I'm with you guys. I'm going to go round up to an 8. I think this is a good show, but man, it still's got problems.
Yeah.
This is exciting because we're going 7, 8, and I'm hoping season 3 can be that 9. And it's laying the foundation, laying the groundwork. You got 16 episodes of Fallout lore goodness, and it seems as if we've caught up to the video games. We've caught up to where we're at, and now from here, this is all new shit, guys. Like they were saying, hey, you remember Brotherhood? Hey, you remember Enclave? Now we're going to actually do something new with it.
Hopefully.
So hopefully, right? And, well, we are because we're having a second war between the Legion and the NCR. We're having a Liberty Prime on the fucking loose if they get that thing built. Are you going to turn Liberty Prime on to the Enclave this time? Are we going to resolve the Enclave? Are we going to get a major character cast? Somebody was saying there's rumors that Malcolm McDowell has signed up for the next season.
He looks exactly like someone who'd be in the Enclave Foundation.
That sounds fucking great. If you can do that, and that, so the potential for season 3 is really high here. I'm very excited for it, and taking the Fallout series to new places. And I think that Todd Howard was saying the show will tie into the Fallout 5 game in some way, but
it'll lead up right up until, I think, is what
Fallout 5 will directly incorporate canon and stories and events from the Fallout TV series. Because I was like, yeah, the timing of it. He says Fallout 5 will be existing in a world where the stories and events of the show happened or are happening. So that's cool. But they need to be very careful with that, because so either the Fallout 5 is going to be after all this, or We don't need these things to contradict, and we want both things to be able to be like, play with the lore in whatever way you want. There's no restrictions. You know, it's like, well, we can't defeat the Enclave in Amazon's TV show because that's who's going to be the big bad in Fallout 5, so you can't do that. I hope that none of that is a problem. You know, because how far away are we from a Fallout 5, do you think?
4 years.
That's a long time.
You think 4 years? Yeah, if the studio is like,
because if we get Elder Scrolls in the next 2-3, it's got to be at least a full year after you get Fallout.
Bethesda's you're right. Bethesda's current focus is Elder Scrolls 6, and that takes a lot of focus, and I'm sure that's gonna be fucking delayed. So
6 years.
It could be. Yeah.
you think in 2020 fucking 2030? What?
I mean, this finale.
Damn, boy,
We old.
how they gonna make any money until that? No, Elder Scrolls 6.
2029 is probably the finale for this. I mean, 2028 if they go real quick.
Right. So if we do for so it's 2026, 2027. I think
Late
they could
2027.
debut season 3, and then 2028
Or
for
early
season
9.
4 or early 9. Then season 5 wrap it up by the.
It's like
oh
close.
shit, you're right.
It's close.
I feel like we're in Fallout now. 2030s. What? The 2030s?
Where's my
I'm
hoverboard?
alive?
Where's
my flying cars?
No, I want my hoverboard.
You're right. And I think that it'll probably be set post whatever they
You
do
get
in
one
the show.
anytime soon?
No, I'm
No.
good.
You know, hoverboard?
Yeah. Well, what are your fears for Fallout Season 3? Because I have many.
Norm becoming more front and center.
Yep.
We'll do more of the, I guess, the water. I don't know what the fuck.
Okay,
they're gonna do with
let's
that
talk
water
about
stuff.
that. So those are yours. Those are the fears. What are your fears?
We've split up Coop and Lucy, and that's a big thing.
Yeah.
For me.
Big no-no.
I mean, so it's because like
I think I could deal with that.
With Max-
I do think that
Max and
Lucy paired with Max is far less interesting, but I have no worries about being interested in Coop's portion. But you're wondering, would they be stronger together?
I think they'd be significantly stronger together. Like her being introduced into the super mutant story would be kind of great. Like I hope that they realize that Vegas is. It's like there's nothing we can do about
we're
it.
done.
Like we can't do anything else here. These wars have been, and people have been fighting for 200 years, and they're gonna be fighting for 200 more years. We just got to go, and then they just
Leave.
peace out, and go join Coop and go do cool stuff with super mutants.
And
Yeah.
the Legion battle is gonna be super quick.
They
Super
don't
quick.
have the budget for that, and Liberty Prime, and Super Mutants,
Hey,
and the
They
Enclave.
did it to themselves, though.
Yeah, they keep making it bigger, and the viewership's going down. It's like Rings of Power. We need more budget, not less budget. So that's how these things work. But okay, so those are my fears too. My fears are that well, it's more my excitement. So those are my fears, my excitement, and what I'm most looking forward to in season 3. And I'll be disappointed if it's not there, is I need an interesting angle for his family. So either his wife or his daughter. But I think they've cleaned his wife up enough where she's not going to go evil again and join Enclave. It has to be his daughter. So his daughter associated with Enclave is a very high potential for me that would make me interested. Or just the Enclave in general. Fine. Bring Malcolm McDowell. Let's do the Enclave. And that's I'm excited for. And do not fucking tease Super Mutants and do nothing with it in season 3. You had Ron Perlman. They have to factor into season 3. So Enclave / daughter, and then Super Mutants, and then and we finally get Cooper must meet his family mid-season 3. You don't wait until the very fucking end. That's my fear.
I think they're going to do it at the end of season 4.
Get the fuck out of here. I'll be so mad.
I mean, that's
It's 3 fucking seasons of searching for this fucking family.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the one thing that kind of keeps him going. And if he finds them, like, I wouldn't
gonna
believe
be-
for a second that he's got motivation to do anything if he finds his
Afterwards.
family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If
He finds his
wants
family,
to keep
he's
them safe.
done.
He's like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's what the motivation I'm giving you is now he has to fight his daughter or stop his daughter or rescue his daughter from the Enclave. So they find it, they meet temporarily, and then they're ripped away by the Enclave. That's how to keep that going without being like he's still, So we got that, and then I guess we'll have to resolve the Brotherhood. By the end, the only way I think that we can make Maximus a compelling character or a justified character within the universe is him taking over the Brotherhood. They teased it here. He was close. He's going to shoot whatever
Quintus.
the dude's Quintus and maybe do that. So by the end of season 3, he wrests control of Liberty Prime. Yeah. Maybe his friend manages to reprogram Liberty Prime as they were building it or something where they can gain control of it.
He built in a fatal flaw through an exhaust port.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I'm thinking. What do you got? What are your guys' fears and hopes for season 3? Thank you all so much for watching these with us and watching the show with us. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. Put in your in your comment, what would you rate it? I want to know. You think season 1 better, season 2 better, about the same? I could totally see them both being 7s, both being 8s, just in different ways. Some subplots better than others. So, but I gotta say we're eating good. As a Fallout fan, this is a authentic TV show that is entertaining with great actors, with good talent. And while we criticize, this is good shit. It's not Starfleet Academy, where Star Trek has completely lost its way. It's only using the name and the license for teen dramas and not ever really exploring the complex sci-fi ideas that challenge people. It's just fucking...
I do feel challenged every time I have to watch
mentally challenged. All right.
Fuck is this shit?
Well, we have an episode to watch later on. Apparently, it is a Sam episode, the hologram chick, which literally breaks everything. I want to throw myself out.
You sure you're not the one writing these?
Yeah.
It's revealed.
He's guessing everything correctly.
Alex wanted to destroy his child. All right, well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you hopefully in season 3 for Fallout. Make sure you got Walter Goggins under contract. I want his contract to say throughout the entire run of the fucking series till we're done with the whole series. Because if we lose Walter and we're just having to deal with Maximus, Lucy, I think she's compelling, but I don't think she can hold it on her own. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, because we'll see.
Get that contract done. So, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.